Clement has made a subtle tactical change within this Rangers team, and it's going to leave a lot of Rangers fans purring. Now, in the run-up to this game, Clement released some worrying details about the squad in terms of fitness, and to be honest, it's no surprise with the length of our injury list, stating during a press conference that the cryo chamber, which is used for recovery, wasn't really used a lot, and his aim was to educate players both on the fitness side and the recovery side of football. And as Kieran said, if this is true, then it's absolutely laughable and shameful. These players should be utilising every recovery modality available. It should hardly be optional. It's part of the job. Being an athlete, a massive part of the job is recovery. If that is going on, what else? I mean, you'd struggle to find a Rangers fan that disagrees with that point of view. Nevertheless, up comes the Dundee match, and to be honest, with a 45-minute delay because of apparently the Rangers team bus got held up coming from St Andrews where they were staying before the game. Pairing that with the fact that 2 minutes into the match the players had to leave the pitch because of pyro inside the stadium sent off fire alarms, I was slowly starting to worry that the game was eventually going to get called off, but thankfully it didn't. No, obviously you're going to be delighted with a scoreline like that. And the first half, to be honest, there was subtle spells of brilliance, and then there was spells of wee daft things that we were seeing before from other games. For example, in the first half we had a few slack passes. Neither team was really able to string together more than 2 or 3 passes, and to be honest, that's been the story of the season so far. But as the game kind of dragged on, what I noticed was a tactical change that Clement has made that both myself and I know other fans have been screaming out to happen. For example, it seems to be long gone are the days of possession for possession's sake. The team mainly tried to play in the opposition half for once, and not only that, in possession we seem to look a lot more direct, putting a lot more pressure on the opposition in their own half, and not only that, we've seen a lot of balls go into that gap behind the opposition fullbacks, and obviously that's a massive welcome change, and it's a hard change to make. It's a big change to make from Clement's perspective. Right now I feel like we're seeing a team that's playing with a bit more pace, a bit more desire. All we've got to do is iron out those little mistakes here and there. Now the first goal, it was unbelievable by Balogun. He ran the full length of the pitch to play a massive part in that first goal that Ryan Jack tapped in, and being out of the team as long as he has, and at the age he's at, the amount of time he's had at the club, I didn't really think he had it in him, but it was an absolutely superb run. Now, a big player I want to mention in this video, well, because a lot of fans are probably, including me, have slated him for the amount of sitters we've missed. You know, it's not only been Danilo, but it's been Lammers and Sima as well. But in my opinion, I think we're a completely different team with Danilo up front. Now, obviously, Dessers did score tonight, and fair play, it was a decent goal, a decent finish. I just think we're much more threatening with Danilo on top. Now obviously I'm completely willing to overlook sitters as long as players end up finding the back of the net at some point, and let's be honest, that 1v1 he had with Carson and he batters it over the bar was a complete sitter, and all I was thinking was fucking here we go again. But no, he managed to get his goal, and fair play to him. It was a decent finish, and I hope that builds a lot of confidence in him going forward. And speaking of players that's taking a lot of stick now, Sam Lammers, what a finish. He takes it in to his left foot, pings a shot, it comes off the underside of the bar, hits the deck, hits the roof of the net. One of the most satisfying goals that you'll ever see. I absolutely love these kinds of goals, and it begs the question, is there actually a player there? I mean, me and Kieran have said it a couple of times over the course of previous podcasts, and to be honest, we were kind of losing hope over the course of time with the amount of sitters he was missing, with the amount of times he'd lose the ball, the amount of times we'd see no end product from him whatsoever. I mean, yeah, he's got decent feet, yeah, he's got decent technical ability, but there was just key elements his game missing. But to be honest, when that ball went off the underside of the bar, I couldn't help but feel a bit chuffed for him, because obviously confidence is absolutely massive in football, and I really hope he takes this opportunity and pushes his game forward, because at this point we really need him. And to make the game even more fucking mental and eventful than it already was, Dessers scored. I mean, with a superb assist for Kevin Clancy, but regardless of that, to get through on goal for the distance he was at, to tuck that away, it was a brilliant finish, and nobody can really take that away from him. Is he the quality demanded at Rangers right now? No, nowhere near it. But again, it's the same story as Lammers. Yes, right now he's not of standard, but all fans want to see is slow, steady improvements. We want to see the players build that confidence every single goal they get, to take it all in and to push their game forward. And after that, Tavernier pops away, possibly the latest penalty in Scottish football history, maybe. I mean, it was at fucking 11:15. Halfway through the game, I'm sitting here thinking, like, Christ, am I even going to get a match reaction up tonight because I've got fucking work in the morning? Now, I'd love to have went in a wee bit more depth about the game in general, but to be honest, it's fucking midnight and I am absolutely shattered. So to conclude, I love the fact that the standards that Clement has set at the start of the season, what he talked about in his press conferences, the flaws that he pointed out, the errors he pointed out in the squad, and the way it was run in the past, he's actually starting to bring to fruition, and you can see that in the players, you can see that in the way we play, you can see it throughout the full squad. Because let's be honest, Rangers fans, we don't really just demand a result. Yes, a result means everything, but we want to see a performance put in, we want to see small improvements, we want to see those players that are at the top of their game shine, and we want to see the players that aren't really there yet make small, subtle improvements over the course of the season. And I think in tonight's game, the players showed a lot of what we were looking for. Now, obviously, there's so much more detail, there's so much more intricacies in that game, and when we release the next podcast, me and Kieran are probably going to go into a little bit more depth about the performance tonight, and maybe onto the semi-final on Sunday, which, make no doubt about it, is probably one most important game of the season so far. Don't know how many times I've fucking said that, but there you go. So remember, if you enjoy the content, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment down below what you thought about the performance against Dundee, and let me know what your thoughts are on the way Clement's had an impact on the club so far. Remember, BlueSea channel YouTube memberships are down there. They're still a thing if you want to join. It supports us, it allows us to invest more in the podcast and the videos. The links down in the description below next to all our socials. It'd be great to see you over there, and we'll see you next time.